Get reliable performance and long-lasting energy with our premium car batteries. We've got the power to keep your journey worry-free. Charge ahead. Choose Battery Base, 470 Felix Dlamini Road, Overport, or call 083 786 4879 031 207 4800. Manufacturers of the new ZN number plates. SABS approved, made while you wait.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Willowton Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
TBR, where you want to be when you grow up. All right, I'll tell you what I'm doing right now. Okay, I'm going on to my Facebook. I'm opening it up, and you do the same. Not if you're a driver. If you're driving, you just keep your hands on the steering wheel and you drive the car, okay? The rest of you, go onto your Facebook right now, open up your Facebook, search for Radio Al Ansar. You click on it when you find it, right? You click on Radio Al Ansar, you jump in there, you like the page, you follow the page, and you do all of those things. And then you scroll down just a little bit, and then you're going to see the video that's on at the moment. There, that's me waving at you on the video. So there you go. On the bottom end, there's a little arrow that kind of goes that way. Right? Click on it. It's called share. So share the video to your profile and all of that. This morning, we're speaking something that is hot topic fairly often in South Africa. Taxi violence. So share the video, spread the knowledge and the information. So as we get into it, 3 suspects linked to murders related to taxi violence, including the killing of 2 taxi owners in the Eastern Cape, have been arrested. The South African Police Service reported that 2 of the suspects were apprehended by a special task team in a public arrest at the Mall of Africa in Midrand, Gauteng on Friday. The arrest was captured on video and shared widely on social media. Meanwhile, police are also looking for a hitman responsible for murders in KwaZulu-Natal. With the look of things, one might concede that the police are getting a grip in addressing taxi violence. However, let's get the expert's view. Joining us this morning on the program, no stranger to the show, and you see him on camera right now, Facebook and YouTube Live, Senior Forensic Investigator Calvin RAFADI. Calvin, good morning and welcome back to the Breakfast Rush.
Good morning, Michelle, and good morning to your viewers and listeners.
Good to have you on the program as always. Calvin, would you say we've seen an increase or a decrease in taxi violence-related issues of recent?
Well, there's an increase, and the increase is still persisting. But what we can say specifically on this particular issue that you spoke about, the recent arrest over the weekend, we must say, and we applaud the police on the good work that they've done. We applaud the tax team on tracing this particular suspect. And we believe there was a warrant of arrest from East London, which is Eastern Cape. And they've been on the lookout for these particular criminals. But what we can say is that we welcome the arrest and they did a great job, especially now, even in the public eye, so that the public can see that nobody is above the law. But to answer your question, the problem is still there of the serious violence in the taxi industry.
Judging by the recent reports of police either being caught in shootouts with suspected hitmen or arrests, is it safe to concede that the police are now making gains against the perpetrators of taxi violence?
Well, look, taxi violence and izinkabis, let's put them on the same, let's say they are on the same WhatsApp group. So many of these hit guys, they are sent by the big fishes. So even though they are recruited and sent by the big fishes, so even when some are eradicated, some emerge on the other side. But what we can say that taxi violence and izinkabis, same WhatsApp group.
When one thinks about taxi violence, immediately we go to owners of minibus taxis fighting over routes and the like. However, we are now seeing the owners of private transportation being victims as well. What are your thoughts on that?
Yes, it's a very unfortunate situation, and it has gone rife as well. That's why I'm saying that the problem of violence is still rife. And with the e-hailing and some of the, the guys giving one another on the lift clubs, they are experiencing more violence. They are pointed with firearms on daily basis. And some of their even cars are pounded, illegally pounded. Let's underline that. Illegally pounded, and they are released at a fee. That's tantamount to extortion and even attempted murder for that matter. So indeed, it's a very worrying trend, and we want to urge, the Road Traffic Management Corporation. They need to look into this thing and regulate this particular problem.
As a final question for this morning, the suspected hitmen that were recently arrested at the Mall of Africa were found in possession of pistols and an AK-47 rifle, the preferred weapon for hits nowadays. Why is it so easy for them to get their hands on such weapons?
Look, to get weapons, especially automatic rifles, which are, by the way, prohibited in our country, the AK-47 automatic rifles, is easy to get. So if you go to a hostel, as long as you know the language to say, I'm looking for Zulu, which is a Z38, or I'm looking for Legeja, which is an AK-47, as long as you know the language, you look the part, you get it as cheap as getting it in few seconds. So that's why there are so many guns in the hands of those criminals. And that's, speaking of hostels, by the way, we want to urge donors of hostels, please stop asking the police to inform you whenever they need to come and conduct raids. They can conduct raids randomly as and when they want, so that they can root out these criminals and the firearms out of those hostels.
Indeed. Calvin, always informative speaking with you. Thank you very much for your time this morning, and a wonderful day forward to you. That was Senior Forensic Investigator Calvin RAFADI, just lending some of his thoughts and knowledge on the subject of taxi violence. Now, still to come on the program, deaths due to consumption of food or snacks that are purchased from spaza shops in certain areas. You've seen this in the news. You've seen reports on it everywhere. You've read about it. You've watched it. You've heard about it on radio and certain podcasts as well, starting to talk about this as well. So that's a topic on the show, around about 12 minutes past 7 or so this morning. Deaths due to consumption of foods and snacks from spaza shops. We've got the Chief Whip, the Parliamentary Chief Whip of Action SA, scheduled to be on the program, Lerato Ngobeni, run about 7:15 this morning. So we'll do another video at that point in time. To you that's watching this video, thank you. Come back later after this ad break. Goodbye. Not you. If you're listening